My name is Bill Yeatts. I'm the art director on PlanetSide 2, and I pretty much art direct and manage the team along with Tramell. No, I did not. Other than I was here, I tested it. So, like, I wasn't a tester, but I played in the beta, but I didn't work on it as an artist. Well, the big thing for us is we wanted to exceed what the original did. So it was a challenge to stay true to the old game, but then bring it up into modern day shooter mechanics. So I think that was the big challenge. Is the fidelity of art, for example, in our competitors is really high. So it's like we have to have very high, fidelity, and then basically getting it to work with way more players on screen, and that's a huge challenge. Well, I think from the management's perspective, which include me, is having to redo stuff to accommodate the changing climate. So how many players do we want to have on screen? We have like a target number that we shot for, and that number just went all over the place. That was like higher, lower, and we also wanted to maintain performance and visual fidelity. So the first continent, I can't tell you how many times we redid it. We did it a ton of times, but if you've been in the game now, I mean, you can see it looks fantastic. So. The biggest thing I'm proud of is the fact that how many people we can get on screen fighting, playing, and it's playable. I think if you look at most of the competitors, they're a fraction of what we're doing. And the fact that we can do that and maintain visual fidelity is amazing. Luck, really. It was, 1991 is when I started. And I worked at a software shop. And a game rep came in, and she says, "Oh yeah, we're always looking for artists." And one thing led to another, and there I was doing game art. A little bit different now. It's a much larger industry, but yeah, it was. I was an artist, but it was definitely luck. It wasn't I went to a good school or anything like that. I wouldn't recommend my path to anybody. I'm a total gamer. I think just like most people at this company, and the Pool of Radiance and Mech Warrior around the time, those were, I don't know if you guys even know what those are. Strategic simulations game, and was an Activision game. They're PC games. And I just said, I could totally do this art. That actually was my big thing. And I love to play games. Hey, match made in heaven to become an artist making games. There's a ton of obscure titles that you would never have heard of. I don't even know if I want to say them. The art was really bad. But probably the big name was Air the Acrobat 1 and 2. It was on the SNES and Genesis. Those were probably the first brand name titles I worked on. Oh gosh, yeah, constantly. I mean, this product, people have been real gracious. We had our SOE Live, and I got to talk with a lot of fans for this specific product. But previous products, I've had people come out like, dude, I should be fired. I'm going to come out and show you how to do this, But usually people have really good ideas, and it's neat that you can interact with them and either educate them or just let them know what the situation is, because it's not, we don't have unlimited people, time, money. And then there's restrictions with the game you're working on. Yeah, so when we get feedback that's critical of what we've done, we either try to explain the reasoning behind it, which could be limitation driven, or it's a greater macro mechanic, or we integrate it. I mean, anybody who was in the beta saw. I mean, every patch stuff would just flip flop back and forth because someone would say they don't like it. We'd try it out. We'd flip it back. And that goes for pretty much everything, art, code, design. We're always open to. We just want to make it better. And we're not egotistical enough to say we know the right way only. you know, you put 1,000 people, 2,000 people, 3,000 people in a zone, weird stuff's going to happen that we cannot test. We don't have that many people working on the game here. Oh, geez, waste time? No, just kidding. I hope Smed doesn't watch this. No, actually, basically we have about 40, I think it's 42 artists on PlanetSide 2, as well as we've done a ton of outsourcing. I was a primary contact for, I don't know, a third of those artists. Tramel was kind of the primary for the others. And we have a lead structure underneath us. And then there was also the outsourcing. We kind of juggled it between us. But and then there's the odd jobs. That's, you know, you never get out of the trenches. You always got to go back in and dig the ditches every now and again. So my favorite part of the job is just making games. I mean, I think that's, you ask anybody who gets in this business, that's why they're here. My least favorite is it's all the overtime. You know, I got a wife and a son. It's like, oh yeah, I do have a wife and a son. I should go home. But I think the favorite part definitely outweighs the work at too many hours. So. If I was going to pick one thing, it would be start small and grow it from there. It's easy to make a game bigger and more complex. I always point to checkers to a lot of people. You know, it's the most simplistic game design ever. And a lot of guys that I've worked with in my long career, they go straight for the, like, yeah, we're going to make the most complicated game ever and it'll be the best. And, you know, I think that usually doesn't work. You know, start small and it's easy to make it bigger and complicated. So hey, I hope to see you guys in the game. Go to www.planetside2.com and we'll see you in the game.